Yeah, test one, two. Check one, two. All right. All right, I think we're live here. All right, how you guys doing? Checking the mics. Check one, two, one, two. All right, I can hear everything. It's Friday night. Friday night. All right, who's out there? Everybody, huh? Everybody's still pretty much cooped up. Cooped up from this pandemic. Pandemic coop up. All right, hang on. We're telling your followers to join the video. That's cool. All right. How's everybody doing out there? It's been a good week of various various projects that I've been handling. Yeah, was trying to put my skills to use, trying to edit a number of things musically and visually. I think it's pretty important to make a connection with the artist, and their music. As I was telling my dad when he released his his album at the beginning of this month. It's called "Believing in You." Go check it out. Mundo Armijo, Mundo Armijo. Out on iTunes. Guess you can buy it there. You can listen to it on iTunes, on YouTube. You can buy it on iTunes or Amazon or Spotify or any one of those channels of communications. Basically where he's from, there was nothing but albums and disc jockeys willing to play your album, and which is a great thing. But here's the thing: I can't even show you a CD. I can't show you maybe from my other phone. Maybe I can find it online, but I'll put a link to it. If you guys on Instagram, if you've been checking my link out, I've been posting some video and whatnot. It's there. And on my YouTube here. So it's good to go. I think he's going to be all right. I don't think that he put it up for personal gain. I don't think it's one of those things where he's going to put it for personal gain at this point. It's just a collection of songs that he has written over the years. Some are a lot newer than others. Some of them sound year appropriate, 70s, 80s, grunge. Nah, no grunge. But see how this works here. Yo. Whoops. We do post. Yo, how we do. Anyways, I'm probably going to be on here for about 45 minutes. Just trying to get some angles here. I don't think it goes any lower. Anyways, I want to talk about that, about video editing, music, and talk about my new pedal board assembly. Um, my new pedal board assembly here. You got some oldie but goodies. You got some oldie but goodies like this one right here. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. It's a Yamaha Magic Stomp. It's magic, all right. All right. All right, just waiting for some gente. Either way, this is going to be on my YouTube. Just a Friday night hang. Um, so what I was telling my dad is that what he released was an album, right? Not a actual album, what we call album, what that's called a vinyl disc, right? Vinyl disc. Vinyl disc is, well, it's not an album. You know, an album is a collection of things, a collection of photo album is probably the best description that I can, excuse me, that I can make. Baseball card album, a stamp collection album, something that you collect and you look through. So what he did was an album, and I think there's definitely a difference musically. If you put only 5 songs, it may be called something. I think it's called an EP. Uh, and yeah, it's a little warm in here, huh? It's a little warm for fall. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Don't you go nowhere. Yeah, if you hear a little fan, it's all right, man. It's too hot not to have a fan on right now. So it was basically a collection of repertoire. You know, that is the most important thing. You know, a collection of repertoire that he has um, over the years. And so I believe it would be called an LP. Yeah, I believe it's called an LP. Long play, right? EP, LP. Um, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but it's out, and it's no CDs. That's just a sign of the times. You know, why would you invest in money? Um, you know, you might sell your fair share. Then again, there's plenty of people out there that um, really want to really want their money's worth. I guess is that the right word? I have a collection of CDs. I have MP3s. Um, in my car, I still have a CD player. And sometimes I do that because it's just easier to listen to a CD than on my phone. I'm getting calls on my phone, doing other stuff. You know, even while I'm driving, you have it on the side there. So plus the artwork looks really nice on a CD. It's physical. You can say, "Hey, how you doing? Here you go." Um, but you know, even if you make a small batch over time. Oh man, what's up, Tommy? Think that's you, buddy. How you doing? I'm gonna wave right back at you, homie. Yeah, man. You working hard, playing hard? Yeah, man. Think work is out, right? Where you at, man? Um, yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna get to that, dude. I'm working with your dad, man, trying to get his talent, um, trying to get his talent out there. The years go by, and you don't want to not document something. You know, you don't want to not document it over time, and it's a great thing. And I have it. I've been posting it on Instagram there. I've been posting it on my YouTube page. I don't have a Facebook anymore. I had a Facebook, and I guess I made the mistake of posting all my music over the years, and none of it was, copywritten. A lot of it, some of it was, a lot of it wasn't. And I think the copyright aspect of it was what actually led me to, I might start another Facebook page. I don't I don't spend much time on Facebook anymore, aside from keeping it, in touch with the more adult audience, relatives, or just a more you know uh, baby boomers, um, that are a lot of my old, elderly el- elder musicians that have been in the game for a long time, and you like to see what they're going on. Uh, Let me flash this again because I'm gonna get back to this. This is my. It's not new pedals on here. It's just one of my new pedal board configuration. It's a smaller one, compact size, right? Ha ha. Compact. We'll get to this in a minute. Just if you're tuning in for that, for the pedals, um, I'm gonna do that in about 5 minutes right now. But salute, if you guys are out there somewhere having a drink or something, man. It's been a long week. This COVID is driving everybody nuts. My band, Sombra Quieta, um, we're back doing our thing at Cha Cha's, the one in Irvine. I posted a few things about that um, on my Instagram, and for those of you that know that I have a band called Sombra Quieta, which I've been playing with for the past 7 years straight, up until the COVID. And prior to that, probably I met them maybe about the year like 1998, 1999. It was the right time to meet these guys. And, the Lord knows that there's a time and a place that's appointed just for you. Um, Quick backstory: I had a guitar made from Candela's guitar shop in East Los Angeles. Tomas Delgado is the son, um, of Candelario Delgado, and Candelario Delgado is a son of, I believe his name is Perfidio Delgado, and their guitar making goes back to, they started out in Tijuana. Anyways, their guitars are all over the world. Segovia, Feliciano, all these artists have um, owned the guitar. Los Lobos, you know. If anybody can get me in touch with anybody from Los Lobos, I mean, I've met Caesar, um, when I was, maybe Louis, maybe you're watching, but maybe, sometimes they don't want to do shows like this or whatever, man. But um, I've met some of the members through my dad and through Louis, if you're watching. How you doing, brother? But so Tomas Delgado, the guitar maker, gave my card to another um, guy that was about my age. His name was Walter. He was a little older. He was even out of the Navy, so he was probably in his mid 20s. I was maybe like 19. I was going to Musicians Institute in Hollywood. Um, MI. Hey, what's up, Monica? How you doing? I'm gonna wave at you right there. Um, yeah, so I went to Musicians Institute, and that was probably like right 1998, 1999, and then my mom, right before that, between that and it's funny, it's funny. I went to high school with Monica. She comes on right when I'm talking about the 90s. You go, girl. Yeah, but between high school and 1998, my mom got me a guitar, handmade by Tomas. And so he gave my card to this guy named Walter, who was in his mid 20s. And he says, hey, if you want some lessons, why don't you give Joaquin a call? So he called me. He came down to my house. And by the way, Walter Molina, I don't know if he follows me or not, but the dude is like bad flamenco guitarist now. When we were hooking up, he was learning some stuff. You know, I told him that maybe I can help him out a little more on the jazz and Latin stuff, rock, bossa nova, and a little bit of a boleros. But I'm like, dude, a flamenco, I don't, dude, I do not know, man. I mean, I know the Gypsy Kings. I grew up on them. But he's like, well, all right, dude. He says, I get it. He says, I'm glad I met you. He says, I've been hanging out with these guys. They're called Sombra Quieta. They were like a 6-piece, 7-piece group. Um, Anywhere, I think I was probably the youngest, maybe the youngest member at the time. If anybody in my Sombra Quieta crew is watching, I don't know if we're following each other, man. It's been a long time. Everyone's kind of gone their own ways. And myself and Diego are the last. I'm not even an original member. So Diego's the original member. And then I guess I'm maybe second in line because I'm not the original member. Um, Tonight I'm gonna release the music, Sombra Quieta music. I don't have a release because I don't have permission to do that. But on my YouTube page, it's youtube.com / Joaquin Armijo, just like it's spelled, JOAQRUINARMIJO. And you know, this is for another night. I'm just kind of laying it out there. This is for another night. But they were a great band, and they sounded real top notch. They were playing Gypsy Kings, and they had a CD already, an original with 6 songs. All right, sounded phenomenal. Was recorded really well. It was recorded really well. Um, and so I'm going back and forth here to my YouTube as well. Sounded amazing. And you know what? And I didn't turn back. I learned every one of their songs. The singer at the time, I even did a project with him later. I got to know all the guys. You know, if you guys are out there, man, Adrian, I still see him every once in a while. Fernando, Humberto, Luis, Engelbert. And there was even a guy named Danny who plays for the Sweet and Tender Hooligans. They're a Morrissey Smith's tribute band. Morrissey Smith's tribute band. And he's the drummer, but he was playing timbales. And I'm like, dude, I love Morrissey. I love the Smiths. I love the Gypsy Kings. Let's go, give me a drink. You know, it's like, what's going on here? And, you know, that's when salsa music, this is for another day, but this one, you know, the Latin explosion was coming in, right? And Mark Anthony, J-Lo, Ricky Martin, Living La Vida Loca, you know, that's when it was like, you know, that's when it was hidden. So we got to play everywhere. That's for a different day. But, you know, ever since then, you know, I made a real big decision. And the decision was to make an association with the music that that you put your time and your effort towards. You know, have them, and it took me a long time to just get over certain things, whatever they were. You know, 42 now, so you know, my dad is in his late 60s, and he just released his first album. Okay, it's called "Believing in You." Believing, like Journey. Don't stop believing. Okay, like that. Believing with an N, with a in you, Mundo Armijo. You can hear it here on YouTube. I put some clips on Instagram. Um, Check it out. You can hear it hear the clips. You guys can share it, that'd be great. Um, but everybody needs a helping hand in establishing and getting the music out there. And so my band, um, is out right now. We're back at Cha Cha's in Irvine. So I'm also trying to do the association. That's a little more tricky. Uh, Diego, Sacha, and myself, we're pretty much a cover band, or not an original band, pretty much a cover band that has, cumbia, do some salsa, some Gypsy Kings, top 40, um, sneaking in some reggae, um, Cuban, cha-cha-cha. So Cha Cha's Latin Kitchen in Irvine right now. We're there for Taco Tuesday, and we are there for Sunday brunch. And anyways, that's the deal. And it's all right. You can have us out in the patio. Um, it's hot when it's hot. It's cold when it's cold. It is what it is. But just getting our foot back in the door and performing and, of course, making some income. And I have a Venmo. If you guys want to throw a little love my way, that'd be great. We call it a virtual tip jar. I just decided to produce content, you know, regardless of that. Y'all wanna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going regardless, but it always helps. I can spend a little buy another light, I'm gonna buy another light anyway. I'm just making an excuse to buy more stuff. All right. That's a perfect segue. All right. So I can move this mic a little bit. Now this is my compact pedal board right here. So I'm just gonna go through the chain here real quick, all right? On my tuner, you got my compressor, you got the steel string singer, which is a low gain. I got my tube screamer, which is a medium gain. And I got my dynamic distortion, which is kind of like a high gain, which is kind of like a fuzz. It's like the sonic distortion. This is a dynamic distortion between a fuzz and tube screamer. And then I go to the quilter interblock, which I hello, how you doing? How you doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I can see you, which I did a whole video on. Go check it out, quilter block. And then I got a real inexpensive reverb, okay? And then I got the Magic Stop. Now, I have a much bigger pedal board. I don't know, let me just take it off, I guess. God bless Velcro. I'm gonna bring this back up again here. This is what I call the flex capacitor, all right? Flex capacitor, all you 80s kids out there know exactly what that is. The flex capacitor is the main thing that makes everything work. Man, I hope I coined that. The flex capacitor pedal. There's actually a pedal out there in the shape of a DeLorean. I don't know what it is. All right, got some more people on there. Cool. Yeah, Friday night. Tommy, what you up to, man? You ought to be singing, bro. You ought to be singing, man. I got to do something with you, man. What you want to do? Little country number, or a little Jodeci, or what, man? What you want to do? Throw a little request on there, man. We'll get Tommy to sing, man. He sang a little Shaggy. We did a little, what was that one too we did? Angel. My Shaggy, man. You did a pretty good job there, bro. I got a feeling you can do the Shaggy parts too, bro. Just giving my brother a hard time, man. His dad is DJ Danny uh, of Decine Entertainment. Um, More recently, Talk Rock Acoustic, which is we both play guitar, and he sings, and I do a little backup vocals, and we're producing our own versions of cover songs. But you know, if you got a voice like Danny, you can sing just about anything. You know, you can sing just about anything, and you. I got plenty of footage there of us. We recently did a live stream. Okay, very similar to what we're doing here. Uh, so the audio is top notch, video I believe is top notch, and we're doing what we can. I think we're going to try to get together tonight, but we got a gig coming up pretty soon, and you know I know we will. So follow him at Decine Entertainment, um, and then you can follow Sombra Quieta at Sombra Quieta. I can follow my dad at it's reverse at Armijo Mundo. So like and yeah, and then I got my buddy Alejandro, who I well I got something. Is this thing on? I got something on him. Him and I did a little Latin jam session, which is my first love. All the Latin music from my early days, from Sombra Quieta, and oh, and I can't leave out one of my mentors, Marcos Loya, who introduced me to God, I hate to use these words, smooth jazz. Smooth jazz. There's so many terms for smooth jazz, adult contemporary, the quiet storm, uh, new age, adult contemporary, adult pop. Anyways, Love is the Reason, Marcos Loya. Check out that album. Okay, there's not too many cuts of that album on YouTube. I'm gonna get it up and running. I'll let you guys know. All right. Love is the Reason. There's a picture of him with a goatee going like this. He's happy. He was in the Madonna video, La Isla Bonita. Little Madonna. Uh, flex capacitor. Flex capacitor type pedals. So on my big board, I have a AMT F1, which AMT Electronics, you can look them up just like that at AMT Electronics. The F1, the F1 is the Fender Twin Reverb. Very cool unit. They're from Russia, so it takes about a month, and takes about a month, and you have to buy it from them. You can maybe find it on Reverb, but you got to buy it from them. And it's probably like, it's roughly the same size, just maybe a little bit like this big. Without going in details, this is my amp. This actually is an amp. It's got power. This little thing is an amplifier. I have an 8 ohm speaker, and so it's going to give me 33 watts. 45 out of 4 ohms, 17 out of 16. I have an 8 ohm speaker. I'm going to get 33 watts. Quilter. Have you guys heard of QSC speakers? Patrick Quilter left that company and started a guitar amplifier and pedal company. But this is a guitar amplifier, no speakers. But that's what it is. It's a guitar amplifier. And so I have a video already here on YouTube. But on this rig, I'm putting all my pedals. It has an effects loop. I'm not using it at the moment because I've had I need effects that have a volume, like a gain or a gain level or a volume level. So because I believe this is like -10 BS. Anyways, hey, what's up? How you doing, B? I'm gonna wave at you. Yeah. Have you heard my dad's album? I'm sure you have. I've been posting a bunch of different stuff on there. Check it out. It's on YouTube and or on iTunes or Spotify. See if you can find it on Spotify for me. I don't have Spotify. I had Pandora. Believing in You. Check it out. Thank you. Thank you. Hope all is good. It's Friday. I'm sure you're sipping on something, right? Um, and earlier I was talking about how these places that we play at cha-chas and house parties, and there's no there's no real room for a drummer or a big band. So you need things like this to really help you out. And this is like an amplifier. So I put all my pedals in here and I give this to this, put this in the speakers and vamonos, and that's really it. And pretty basic, pretty cut and dry. For what we do, for what the Sombra Quieta band does, it's pretty straightforward. We do some Latin stuff and we do some contemporary stuff. And I do some like Santana, Carlos Santana, I think just came out with another album with his wife, Cindy Blackman, I believe her name is. Yeah, he's playing with that dude from Metallica, Kurt Hammett. And John McLaughlin is on there, another fabulous guitar player. The guy's just, he's on another level. But so Carlos Santana said, he's like this, he talks like a philosopher, right? He said, when you play music, it's like you're bringing light into the darkness. And and then he goes on to say, well, you're helping them unfold their wings. And I said, okay, yeah. I mean, a couple of drinks will do that too, right? But you're helping them, you bring a light into the darkness and you're helping them unfold their wings. Meaning, I think what that means is that you want to hit that one note, or you want to hit something inside of somebody that hasn't been hit in a while. When you hit that one note, or play the one song, or you hear a human voice, something special happens. I've found that to be true. I have found that to be true. But that's on a different level. We're just trying to get people to maybe be in the moment. Be in the moment. Help them enjoy themselves during this time, during the pandemic time. It's not easy. People are starting to go out now. I hope you guys are starting to go out now, but be careful. I know Orange County has a number of restaurants that are open inside, and there's a percentage of restaurants that are open. I'll let you guys know when we're back in Brea, but right now we're still out in Irvine. And so, believe it or not, it's since I first picked up the guitar, it's been, I picked up the guitar when I was like 13. They always say, what was that first moment? What's that first moment? I had a picture of myself. I don't know if I have one of those first moments, but I have a picture of myself holding a Mickey Mouse guitar. My mom said later on I used that as a ladder. So I don't know. Yes, but a little for live music, so I'm glad you're back here. RIB. Yeah, me too. You got to swing by. Uh, they got that premium champagne for the mimosas. It's got a screw top, not a pop top, so I don't know. I don't know about that stuff. I'm not fancy. Um, anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, for your first moment, I'm gonna say, let me see what I can put on there. Put a little Tennessee whiskey right there. We do have a version of Tennessee whiskey. Um, hopefully it stays on there. But my boy Danny can sing the heck out of that song. That's a hard song to sing. You know, don't karaoke that. We may not be having karaoke for a while, unfortunately. But I think it's one of those things that to each your own. Be safe. Do it at home. Um, just use your best judgment. Um, so as a young boy, I did have picture. I had a buddy of mine. His name started with a P, and we called it the PJ Rock and Roll Rhythm. And I had a tennis racket, and he played drums, and um, I just remember. I remember it. My stepdad, Angelo Orisa. Hey, if you guys are watching, um, I don't think you are here, but in the future. My family out in Florida, um, and he played guitar. He was a songwriter and played guitar. He's a singer, self-taught. And my dad, of course, you guys know my dad, bass player, guitarist, singer, songwriter. Plays the guitarrón, okay, which is a mariachi bass, which is not easy. It's like a baseball bat. Um, and so I don't know if it was an aha moment. I remember always it being around, and then finally I picked it up about. No, I was a little younger than 13, probably about 11, something like that, about 11 years old. Um, and and I think it's going back to what I said. It's that association. When I heard it live, and he would take me to gigs, when I heard it live for the first time, when I heard, golly, man, probably when my dad was playing with Marcos Loya and Califas, and then later with Los Rock Angels. I was still about 14, but it was and he would take me to like his trio bolero gigs. It was that association with the instrument and the individual. That's what and I'm trying to do that in the modern day. Where you put um, visual and audio together in this way. There's an association to it. Um, yeah, and I'm gonna post this up on my YouTube right now. And Monday, I'm gonna be doing a little bit more with my buddy Alejandro Tovares. He's from Panama, but he's been here. I mean, he went to Cal State Long Beach. He's an excellent percussionist. He teaches drums. He I met him at a house party, and I was playing piano. And it wasn't even a gig. I was just playing piano. He says, "Hey, you like Latin music?" "Yeah, I play percussion." And then I just said, "Hey, I got a gig here." He'd show up. "I got a gig there." He'd show up. "I got 2 gigs. All right, let's go." He's in his late 60s as well, but he's got a great heart, and he feels the rhythm. We talked. We did a live stream. It's on my YouTube. My YouTube is youtube.com / Joaquin Armijo. You can go check it out. It's about an hour. We're just doing this, just what I'm doing right now. But he has I like to experience, I like to ask him about how it was back in the day, playing music, because his era was the 70s, just like B's, right here, B's dad is a crazy trumpet player, man. He has a lot of stories, man. He's worked with the best, and it's some of them are not so happy endings, but that's life, you know, that's life. And what my buddy Alejandro does is he tells me, he's like, hey, you know, just play. He says that Miles Davis says, hey, just play. They're like, oh man, you're Miles Davis. What do I do? I don't, you know, Miles Davis had a real straight face. He'd look at you and say, just play, right? Sometimes, sometimes you can't do that all the time, especially if there's money involved. But that's one of the I don't know, pitfalls, traps that these guys get caught in. And whatever, man, you got to do it. You got to earn income. You got to go out there. You got to make your. That's what I'm doing. I want to do more of this stuff right here. If y'all want to help me out, it's all good, man. I mean, I'm gonna buy more gear anyway. I got a Venmo at Joaquin Armijo. You could throw it my way, man, but I'm gonna buy gear anyway. It's called GAS. Oh God, Gear Addiction Syndrome. Now, when I call this my small pedal board, it's not. It's a small pedal board. This weighs about. This has got to weigh about. Geez, almost 20 pounds probably. Because I was lifting some weights the other day. My old 25 pound weight. That's what it feels like. Just getting creative. This is my small one. I figure, well, sometimes it doesn't really matter if you have all the bells and whistles. I wish I played flute. Right? Oh, what about you drummers? Oh, buddy. You wanted to be a drummer, huh? I said, what about a singer? Singer and the harmonica player, man. Show up with this and say, let's go. And they leave with all the ladies. Is that true or is it not true? Yeah. So that's going to be Monday with Alejandro, and we're going to do a little series. I like to talk to him about just, how did you survive without a cell phone? How did you guys hear about gigs? How did you guys hear about the latest music? You had DJs, you collected albums, and you used to see shows for free. You used to go out there, do your thing. And see, what did I miss here, man? Um, Probably talking about mid 70s. You see, his era would be the 70s. Um, he would have probably graduated college. Yeah, right about then. You can imagine walking onto a college campus, man, in the 70s. Post 60s. Um, so that'll be Monday, man. And he can talk. He's an excellent presenter, and he's a funny guy, man. Alejandro. I got to get him. He actually, the band we had was called Hybrid Roomba. And I believe it is still the Instagram account at Hybrid Roomba. I'm gonna get him on there, and he's bringing attention to our show here, and he's not into technology, but the guy can adapt, man, like you wouldn't believe. I'm like, buy this, learn this, boom, 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 he's got it. So there's still hope. There's still hope for everybody. All right, man. Who's out there? Who else is out there? Sipping, chilling, chillaxing. Where's my primo Gabriel, man? My primo Gabriel. How do I? There it is. I'm gonna bug on, man. Primo Gabriel, man. Let's see. There he is, dude. I don't know. I don't know what I sent him. He lives in Vegas, so he's a Las Vegas Raider fan. Silly, huh? Ernie. Hey, man, you up, Ernie? Where's Ernie? Oh boy, owes me $20. Nah, just kidding. Where is old Ernie, man? I don't know where he's at, man. Nah, you don't want. You don't want no piece of this. He's tired. I let the man be. See what's going on this weekend. Any plans? I got a gig tomorrow at a house party. At a house. I don't know. If, it's probably a party. We've done a wedding in the past month. Um, we have done a house party. They put us in the driveways. Oh man, Renee, what's up, homie? We're supposed to get together tonight. No call, no nothing. That's all right, homie. You're good, man. I'm sure you had to go undercover or something tonight. Yeah, he came by Cha-Cha's, man. It was his birthday, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. He rolled in, man. He said, Coors Light, pronto. I hope that way, yeah. I hope that wave went to you. Um, as a matter of fact, um, Sunday brunch, man, it's kind of it's getting pretty good over there. Yeah, and people are enjoying the outdoors over at Cha Cha's. And I know you did, man. I had to carry you out of there, bro. Uh, yeah, yeah, man. Call up old Ray boy, man. See what he's got to say. He's probably still in traffic. Oh, dude, you're killing me, man. Oh man, still looking for my primo Gabriel. Anyways, uh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was good to see you, bro. I hadn't seen you in a minute. About a good solid 15, man. But hey, we got lives, right? Um, but yeah, I used to work at Telemundo for about 4 or 5 years. Telemundo 52, and at the time by it was owned by General Electric. What's the topic tonight? Jeez, man. We're talking about the flex capacitor and the DeLorean, bro. I think you had and the Knight Rider, bro. My boy Renee had a car here, but it looked like Knight Riders, man. So he had a talking car, but we're talking about the flex capacitor, bro. It was this right here. I call it my flex capacitor. Um, back on. And at Telemundo, I did a lot of video editing um, for sports, um, soccer, football. Um, we covered local news. We covered national events. I worked right next door to Channel 4. Um, and so it was working on laptops. No, it was working on desktops. And it was a video editing system, Final Cut, Vibrant, Avid. A lot of the stuff was kind of real new back then. And it was new for me too, because I remember when Pro Tools first came out. Um, let's talk about VS, man, dude. I don't know, man. I don't have the legal. I think that's copywritten, bro. VS is copywritten, bro. Uh, then I gotta go down that rabbit hole, bro. Look what happened to you. Ah. Um, so and really after 2008 when they had the big the bubble burst, everybody lost their jobs, man, and um, I'm gonna put a little right here, man. Everybody lost their jobs and their houses, and you know, and they went through a bunch of stuff. I did too. I'm gonna put this at. Let me see, Venmo at not Starbucks. Don't send me any Starbucks. I'm just gonna drink it. Actually, that might not work because it might tag my name. Yeah, nobody sent me a Starbucks. Um, it was 2008, and I can't remember thinking, you know what, I'm going to use my skills. Oh, I'm going to use my talents. Um, I kind of went right to music. I kind of went right straight to music. I don't think I wasted any time. I made a bunch of calls. I bought some gear. Um, where am I at here? Um, I had a bunch of gear. I had a man. I've had gear up the yin yang, man. Some of it got stolen. Some of it got sold to pay rent. Some of it, um, some of it I used till it got broken down. Some of it I have left at places, not remembered about it. Um, so I don't remember using my video editing skills. I guess I put that in the back of my mind. I said, all right, I got to do a music thing. And so it's 2008 and this is 2020. So I more or less have been going since 2008, maybe a little bit after that. I remember 2010, I did some recordings and I really started working. And I kind of slowly but surely hooked up with my band, the Sombra Quieta band, um, which I was talking about earlier. And let's see if I can do it. You know what? Look up my YouTube. Yes, I can do it. And what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna release the music right now. This is probably a 1999 recording, right around VS time, bro. Recordings that we did in the garage, man. I don't think Renee, bro. You ever go down to the pad, or you know, if you did, just yeah, throw a little wink on there. But I had a garage, the studio, as we like to call it. Oh man, it's getting late. Must be getting late. I'm gonna release it right now. I don't always do, but why not? So y'all can take a listen. I released a song called Sabor. Um, and I was just really impressed with the work they did on this album. My boy Diego, um, and you know, he's a guy that really likes to do things right. And in this business, there's a lot of people Jimmy rigging stuff. Me too. Me too. Here we are. Gabriel, where you at, brother? Where's my dude? Holler at my people, primo Gabriel, dude. Where is he? Gabriel Magdaleno. Where is that guy, man? Probably bugging him right now, man. Where is homeboy? There's this guy. I already bugged him already. Whoa, where'd you go? What happened here, man? Where did this guy go? I think I have to press something here. Get out of this mode. Supposed to send something to somebody. There he is. I'm gonna put yo. All right. All right, there I'm out. Let's see if he pops on. Hey, prima, how you doing? I'm gonna wave at you right there, girl. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I knew you enjoy this. Um, I know you would enjoy this too. I'm gonna probably put it on Instagram, but I'm talking about my first band. Well, not my first. My first band was my own thing, uh, which was a little foggy memory. Um, but right about 1998, 1999, it's a recording that was done with the band that I'm with now, Sombra Quieta, that I reunited. Oh, Renee, man, killing me. You're killing me, bro. What you doing? Smoking a cigar, man? Public. Yeah, he's smoking. Oh, ándale. Okay. We'll talk again, prima. She's at a wedding, dude. So she's tirando chancla right now. Ándale, get down. Get down, sister. You do your thing. 6 feet apart, though. 6 feet. Not like last time. Oh, you remember. You remember. Remember at little Lisa's wedding? I'm messing around. She knows, man. I don't remember too much. Anyways, dang. Come on, Renee. Killing me, man. I don't know what to believe now. Oh, man. You remind me of my friend Lalo. You know what, dude? Lalo, man. I call Lalo, man, who's that? Leonardo DiCaprio. Who's that guy that he played? The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby, bro. You're pretty close, man. You know what, dude? Let me bug old Lalito, man. He's in Switzerland right now. Supposedly. Supposedly. Oh no, that ain't him. Ed. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do I get out of here? Oh man, I'm trapped. I'm gonna send that old Georgie. Okay, send that old Georgie. Okay, I get out of here. Stuck in the matrix. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I get booted out. I got booted out, man. All right, man. Well, I got booted out here, man. I guess we're gonna end it there. Unless I can just jump back right back on. Oh, shoot. Oh, I know what. Can I get back on here? How do I get back on? Man, I got booted. All right, man. Well, I guess going down memory lane, man. Start going down memory lane. That's it. Memory lane cuts you down, man. It'll stop you. You're like, whoa, you're about to say something. Um, yeah, man. It's all right, man. I lost you guys, but I'm gonna post this up on my YouTube. Whoop. I'm gonna post that up on my YouTube there, and yeah, that's about it. Look for the Sombra Quieta music at Joaquin Armijo. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it all. It's 6 songs right now. I have them individual, but I'm gonna put them all together. All right, and I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna post it right here on Instagram, and I'll post it on YouTube as promised. So this way you guys can hear, what I heard. Um, you guys can hear what I heard back in the day. And man, and the recording sounds really good still, you know? I think so. Sounds very authentic. Um, yeah. And so on, basically, I'm still playing with them. We're like family. Yeah, we are like family. Uh, there's a sense of camaraderie, and then there's a sense of um, musically, somehow you can have fun, whether you sound, it's still fun. Um, you ask us all why we do what we do, but it's still kind of fun to us to uh, uh, harness the craft, you know, and go out there. For me, from my generation, hey, prima, what's up? There she is. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a little bit, and I think we live like down the street from each other. I'm over the hill here. Well, unless you moved out, but unless you moved out the hood, girl. But anyways, how you doing? Thanks for hanging out. Man, I had another feed right now, and I was trying to invite some people. I got my primo Gabriel, man. You know, uh, he tell you he's in Vegas, and I'm gonna put hey girl. He's in Vegas, and I guess he's a Raider fan now, Las Vegas Raider fan now. But I had a bunch of people on my other one, and I pressed something, and that was it. But hopefully, you got a chance to see some of my dad's new music. If not, go to my Instagram right there. Check it out. Maybe if you can tag some people. You know, how's everybody doing? How's your family? Um, if you can tag some people, or I don't know. I'm new to, what is it? The Instagram, the one where it's IGTV. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but check it out. He released his album, and that's what I was talking about. I was talking about my own my own projects, and we're gonna try to do this more often. You know, hope all is well. I'm gonna continue on my little gap here, and this is part two. This is probably catching the night owls here at 10 o'clock, 10:14. Maybe looking up and down, but I hope everybody's out there relaxing, having a cold one, sipping on something. Oh, hey, hey, how you doing, Ange? Yeah, good to see you. How you been? It's been a minute. Hope all good, all's good. I'm gonna wave at you there. All right. Yeah. Right on, right on. All right, awesome. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well. Uh, I think you remember. I don't know if you remember my dad, but I'm sure I talked to you about him way back in high school. There, um, he released an album, and uh, you know, I think last time I saw you was in Seta, right? Might have been that right around that time when I was playing over there. I think you heard me play a little bit. And oh, thank you, thank you. I've been helping him. Although he did the album pretty much on his own. I didn't play on the album or anything, um, but he did a lot of the pre-production work. But when it's time to perform it, I'm gonna definitely, as you can see, we're performing it already. Um, you know, it sucks that he didn't have like a CD release. You know, like a CD release party. I would have enjoyed to throw him. Um, uh, that's not it's just not possible anymore. As a matter of fact, he doesn't. That's what I was talking about on my other feed, which I just got booted out. I didn't. I was trying to invite some people, and just something happened. My boy Renee was on there. You know what? This is probably a dumb move, but I'm gonna try to get Renee back. He was a hit of the party. Oh boy, I'm up for it. Sorry, I'm back. There you go. See if he pops back on, man. He said he was driving and listening to me. Yeah, so I'm doing what I can for him. Um, I was talking about that I was using my editing skills from when I used to work at Telemundo um, out in Burbank. And this was probably, I'm not good, I'm going to say I was about maybe 25, from about 25 to about maybe 30. And right around 2008 is when they had the big layoffs, you know. So I stopped working there and I went back to playing music. And that's what I've been doing full time since then, pretty much. I don't know if I had two jobs back then. I was working for Fox News as well. Um, and I was moonlighting at Fox News and I was working at Telemundo, Channel 4, NBC, right next to the Jay Leno show. Um, but yeah, there was layoffs and I was telling some people that, I hadn't used any of those skills. I did for some of my projects, um, but for whatever reason, I guess the timing wasn't right. You know how things are. I focus more on the audio and the recording. And if anybody's here for my pedal board, this is one of the newer pedal boards that I put up. Man, somebody take a picture of me like this and send it. Quick, quick, quick. It's good. It's gonna be in my Halloween costume. Pedal board, man. I could make one of these for you too. Oh man. Anyways, um, so a lot of skills are really coming into handy now. Um, I have had this particular YouTube. Well, down here I'm doing YouTube, but this particular YouTube account I've had since then. I remember right around that time I got this YouTube account, and geez, now that I remember, I did do something. Oh Lord, I did do something. I was looking. I was looking definitely youngin, but I have it blocked. All right, let me unblock it. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is too much. Let's see. It's way at the bottom here. I don't even know where it's at. There's a 150. Okay, I have 156 videos on YouTube. I don't know where you to go see all of them. Yeah, I got a lot of. I have a lot of videos that are that I marked private or unlisted, just because I want. I don't know. I don't know. I think it has to do with a lot of the copyright, the music copyright stuff that's out right now. There's copyright police that's out, you know, out. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, man. Not that I don't look, it looks a little funny to me now, I guess, listening to myself back then. Um, yeah, I have a real good one with me and my dad. Or maybe it's not on this one. Me and my dad and my early crew. Guess it's not on this one. Thought it was. It's probably not. Yeah. But yeah, so thanks a lot for checking out my live feed here. Um, I didn't mean for that other one to crash, but oh well. My YouTube account is youtube.com at Joaquin Armijo. Same as my Instagram here. Um, I'm gonna post one more video uh, of my dad's album, and I took a little liberty. He did a live stream with me the other day, more of a musical live stream than an interview, and I took upon the liberty of making it into uh, comic book like Aha, like Take on Me. I think it was Take on Me. Is that your favorite song, Ange? Yeah, I remember that. Take on me, take on me. Yeah, I hope you're doing good. Hopefully, you got to come and see us. Come out to Cha Cha's, Irvine. They got the best champagne mimosas in town. They just keep coming. After a while, you don't know what hits you. You guys sound great. You guys are awesome. You guys sound great. You guys sound just, oh man. You know what they say? They say, you sound just like the CD. So come on down. We'll sound just like the CD. Applications. You sound just, they said, man, we were walking by and I thought it was a DJ. So, all right. So um, I released my band's music from back in the day. It's on my YouTube, and I'm going to release all my dad's footage as well. And if I can find that video of me way back in the day, I'll do that. I'll do that as well. But right now, I'm going to post on Instagram. Uh, I guess just a mini little music video of me and him, uh, and our version of not our version of "Take on Me." I thought that would be cool. Don't key away. I don't know what song. I used to sing a song like that for karaoke. One that went, "Hey, hey, 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 ooh, oh, what was it? Don't you? Something like that. Don't you? Maybe I'll do that one. My boy Danny, and a talk rock acoustic group that I have. So I have two projects sometimes three. My main Sombra Quieta, which is Latin top 40. My talk rock acoustic project, my boy Danny, at uh, you can find him at Decline Entertainment. You can look up Sombra Quieta at Sombra Quieta. And I guess the third project I have is either probably a solo project that's mostly all instrumental and some vocal stuff that I do. Although it's not really singing stuff, it's like um, making up stuff. Not it's not like "Don't Worry, Be Happy," but it's like pretty close. Nah, it's the same old Latin jazz stuff. Do descargas, Guantanamera, cool stuff like that. Um, all right, I'm gonna post this on the Instagram right now, and then I'm gonna say goodnight, and I'm gonna direct you all to check it out. Who else is up out there? One eye, one eye. All right, well, we're gonna stay up. What you guys sipping on? You guys having a little drinky poo? A little sippy sip of something. Switch accounts. Yes, sir. How about a little Tennessee whiskey? Anybody have a little Tennessee whiskey? Bueller? 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 My sister's best friend's sister's brother's girlfriend saw Jack pass out at 31 Flavors last night. Guess it was pretty serious. All right. There it is. All right, how am I gonna do this? Oh boy, I can't drag it that far. My hand. Oh, there we go. All right. The song is called "Your Love Is All That I Need." I'm gonna put short skit. Um, Comic video. Check it out. I gotta put his name. Yeah, stay safe. Good night. It's good seeing you. All right. It is loading. And just going to hang out another 10 minutes here. I don't know. See who's up. See if anybody else pops on. Um, in a minute, the new video, Pops' music video, will be up. I think it's up. Yeah. All right. See if anybody else is here. Pops in. It's up there, man. Look at this Vato Loco right here. All right. Yeah, so it's up there right now. Um, I'm not sure if it's on my YouTube yet, but like I said, everything's going to be wide open tonight. Yeah, everything's going to be wide open tonight. Yeah, it's on there too. Let me check if it's open. Like I said, sometimes you have to open these, release them, you know. Yeah, it's public. Everything's public tonight. Par, okay. All right, we're gonna open everything tonight. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And right after this is done, I'm gonna post this video. Um, and I guess we'll talk more about this in a different detailed video. There's a lot to talk about, but I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna record some audio. All right. So, all right. Good night, guys. I'm gonna power down here.